Yep. Shake my hand. 365 and good evening. 1st of April, Friday night. The markets are about to close. We had NFP today. Job numbers came out, and just yesterday, those of you who joined us once again, thank you so much. Yesterday we did a quick documentary, The Changing World Order by Ray Dalio, on the 365 page YouTube channel, and we're talking about how I'm preparing for this last decade. Why I respect Ray Dalio, but talking about cryptocurrency and its role that it's going to play. Right, and then at the end of that video last night, at the end of the stream, rather, I then gave you guys my take on NFP, and I do this every month. By the way, every month I always give you, ADP and NFP predictions. And since last year on this channel, so all the videos are labeled, everything is numbered and labeled correctly. You can always see the date of when the video is published and the results of the NFP. I still haven't missed a single NFP, data point, and I wanna lament why. In this very short video, let's just quickly replay what I said yesterday, and then we quickly have a look. It's going to be a very short clip that I'm doing a playback. So it's about 1 hour 48 minutes into yesterday's video. You can go back and watch the whole thing towards the end if you want to hear about NFP and how I broke it down. But I knew from as of yesterday that NFP was going to be negative, and here are the reasons why.
Let's quickly look at NFP tomorrow. Right. So on Wednesday, I wasn't looking at markets. I honestly don't know, what on earth is going on yesterday, Wednesday. But ADP dropped, and I looked at ADP. I was like, really ADP, it's going to be neutral. Right, so neutral is basically they forecasted this number and they got that exact number. They got, when you
That's
forecast
ADP.
anything, you say we expect 455,000 jobs. And guess what? We literally found 455,000 jobs. That's incredible, right? Either, you're talking to, what's that black lady's name in the Matrix? The Oracle. Either you got a phone call to the Oracle and she told you this or something. That's number one. But this is interesting. So ADP's forecast, and unfortunately, I'm really working on building this thing out for you guys, of course. So I have not yet had a chance to read, the actual, ADP on the labor and statistics website. I'll read it tonight, though. But yeah, so they made their forecast, right? So let's do some work here. ADP stops up sometimes, right? So let's not get that wrong, okay? And sometimes they get it right. But NFP tomorrow has a focus of 492. So if ADP is correct, I'll ask you guys the logic, right? The logic. Some things just need a little bit of logic. If ADP is correct, I'm not saying they're wrong, I'm not saying they're right, I'm saying this is hella dodgy. This is hella dodgy, and it's the second month a report looks dodgy to me, right? But if ADP is correct, and there are 4-5K jobs, then NFP is going to be negative tomorrow. Because remember, NFP focus is 492, and there's a big gap between them.
Right, so I'll stop there. I kind of flesh it out more in the video. Just have a look at yesterday's video, Changing World Order by Ray Dalio on the 365 page. We go through a couple of charts. I looked at DXY, Euro USD, Pound USD, Nasdaq 100 yesterday, telling you guys this is what I'm seeing in the structure. And lo and behold, a little bit after 2 p.m. today, non-farm payrolls came in a little bit negative, right? But that's not the whole point of this video, right? In the morning today, I then went on, look at my partner tagging me everywhere on Facebook, right? So I went on the 365 page, and I think I made it public. So 10 hours ago at 10 a.m., before NFP dropped, I put out a small blurb and I said, look guys, I posted this on the public Telegram group. Have a look at yesterday's video, which we've just done right now. I don't think I'm going to do another video. Then I explained why job reports are important for the Fed and Powell and the expectations. And more importantly, I pretty much say no matter what happens, look, something fixed. Indices like Nasdaq will move, but specifically the stock markets will fall, Nasdaq will fall. And then I say the most important thing to pay attention to is the average hourly earnings month over month. And that's what I really want to focus on. Predicting NFP is quite easy, to be honest with you. But I want you guys to understand the thread. Right, I am a supply and demand trader, an X-Flow trader. Institutional supply and demand is what I teach and how I trade, and our channel is around that. Every Sunday night we give out free signals. Every Sunday 4:30 p.m. live on the channel. I do a weekly analysis, so it's a good time to kind of like subscribe, but also attend and see that for yourself and get those free signals, long-term swings. But if you look at retail traders, right, people like you and me, I guess, but a lot of retail traders, unlike me, don't pay attention to these things. Average hourly earnings and the unemployment, they only focus on the NFP number. I don't know why. This is one big story being told. NFP is measuring the number of jobs created in the economy in the previous month. Together with that, there is an important calculation of tracking the unemployment rate. If you're a 365 student or you've just subscribed to our channel, you would know that we've been tracking the inflation crisis and how it's affecting Forex and indices and etc. etc. And would know that Powell is waiting and is very confident that this number will get to 3.5 before the end of the year. And you can see it's at 3.6 and we are only in April, right? So Powell is on track. The second thing that Powell is trying to fix is pricing, inflation. Here in South Africa, you know that fuel has gone up, cooking oil, like the commodities. We've got a commodity crisis caused by the war and it's forcing things to go up, bread, etc., etc. Right. And what's interesting about the United States is if you look at the NFP historically since January this year, all right, January was measured in December, right? So we technically want to see the results for January. You're looking at February, right? From January this year, which will be the results in the Feb NFP, they created 467,000 jobs. The expectation was 110. They beat the market. They created 678,000 jobs in February. The results came out last month in the 4th of March and beat the markets again. And then they just came shy a little bit now in the month of March, creating 431 jobs versus the 492. And obviously, it was easier to kind of like lean towards a negative NFP based on the expectation that ADP had kind of like given out, but also how structure is situated. Now, why I like what I was trying to emphasize in my post this morning on the Facebook page around pay attention to this average hourly earnings was like I explained what I've taught before around it, but more importantly that if it was going to be above 5%, right, then that was going to be too hot because it's an inflation gauge. Right? It basically measures if people are getting wage increments. If there's a wage gap spiral, people are being paid more and more, and there are more jobs being created in the economy, and there's inflation, and prices are going up. It's a crazy, atomic bomb being brewed, and that will force the Fed to go 0.50 basis point in the next Fed meeting in May, right? And markets would not like that. Markets would have just tanked altogether, right? So the fall right now is a beta fall, is an adjusted fall, right? But and I don't want to take too much time, but I want to quickly show you something. So for me, it's never enough just to read these little statistics. I actually like sitting through the entire report on the Friday. Also gets me better prepared for the war room on Sunday if I know exactly what's going on. Right, so this is the actual report, the NFP report. I know a lot of people just know those numbers only, but this is the US Bureau of Statistics. And I just want to do some quick math. I promise you it's only going to take just another 2 minutes before we wrap up this video. I know social media can span, right? But this is important stuff, right? If you don't know the stuff, how else would you succeed? Right, so unemployment has declined. We know that, right? That's awesome. That's good news. Well, if you care, black unemployment in America dropped by 6.2%, which is fantastic, right? The number of permanent job losers, all that stuff is in there. I'm just going to scroll down. The farm payroll roll rose at 431, all right? Obviously, this is not the number, right? So we didn't meet 492, right? So there's a little bit of a beat there, right? So it was a negative NFP, but we were prepared for it because I told you guys it was going to happen yesterday and today again in the morning before it happened. But this is where I want us to focus on in today's short video, the average hourly earnings for all employees, that number. So the forecast was 0.4%, right? They wanted to keep it at 0.4%, and the actual result is 0.4%. So it's not too hot. It didn't go up, but it didn't go down, even though there's a lot of debate around professionals about the validity of these numbers, or if the Fed is actually like manipulating some of this data for its purpose. Powell did say he's going to keep at 0.25 basis point and is not looking to rug pull the market on the 16th of March. Now, look at this historically. Average hourly earnings, and I just want you to follow my logic of why I say this is weird. right? So we know in Feb it was 0.7%, and Feb was measuring January 0.7, and then after that we had 0.0, right? Which I definitely proud of the video saying this is absolutely weird that in the month of February there was literally flat line, no wage increases across the board while inflation was going high. Now we know that inflation is a big deal in America right now, but let's just focus on these on the January number and the February number and the March number. The January number is 0.7. That would mean, and remember, this is month on month. That's the whole point of this. So if you want to get an understanding of wage increment on an annual perspective, you take 0.7 and just simply multiply it by 12 months, right? And you'd get a crazy amount of 8.4%, which means wages in January at least, at the current January, were going up and actually exceeded inflation, right? 0.7 led to 8.4%. I don't know if you guys remember this, but they actually came back and announced and redid this number and said it's up to 6.6. Fine, we moved on. Then the following month, they said it's actually 0, something, 0.0 on a month-to-month basis. I told you this is hella suspicious. And then today's NFP job report, they've moved this to 0.4, which is literally what they were expecting, right? Look at this, right? So the forecast was 0.4 and the actual was 0.4. Interesting, right? It's exactly what they're expecting. And if you put out our calculator to get a gauge of what it is year over year, we know inflation is moving towards 7-8%, and at 0.4, right, there we go, that's 12. Now if you guys go to the YouTube channel 365 Trading Academy channel and then you watch the Fed live stream, I live streamed the Fed press conference. Powell said he wants to get inflation at 4.8% by the end of the year. And if you go 0.12 times 12, you get 4.8%. Exactly his numbers. So, man, I don't think he's going to rug pull the markets. I keep telling you guys, the next time I'm expecting a 0.50 basis point rate hike is probably after August, after the peak. Powell said he's going to watch the peak in June, July, and I think he's going to stick to that, right? Despite Goldman Sachs call for another 0.5 basis point by May, right? The Fed is behind the ball, but for a specific reason, right? So I just wanted to make sure you understand these numbers and like how we did this, right? And then the last thing I did in this morning's post was I shared you guys this picture of the Nasdaq in the morning with this post, and I said, look, man, it's going to be a break of structure, blah blah blah, because of NFP, and I guess for me and for many people in my academy, it's not surprising. That's exactly what happened. Now we are not right, and I wasn't right because I'm a genius or like I'm a magician or whatever. I was right simply because of my methodology in the markets, right? So clean break of structure, markets broke down, and now indices are slowly starting to recover. I'm not too worried about this drop, right? On the H4 time frame, if you look at daily, you can't even say there's a maintainable trend line here on the daily, right? This trend line is what we call a small time frame mitigation trend line, right? It's the only place where you have 2 points, but on the higher time frames, which we love to follow, right? We love higher time frames. It's not a big deal, right? And those of you who watched my videos and come to the war rooms and send me beautiful messages about buying Nasdaq at 12,900, 1,300, you will know that the only place to defend right now is just below, the Fed meeting on the 16th of March. So if you bought down here, we've moved our stop losses, somewhere there. And I only expected senior trader to be in the recovery buy that I gave out on the 14th of March, etc. So I was surprised to get one message from someone in the education group who's actually also in this buy. So most of you are in it, this is where we're defending, which means we are fine with markets retracing if they do decide to retrace. But I'll speak more to these kind of things on Sunday, right? So this is all I wanted to kind of like bring to your attention, right? That we are generally on top of this stuff. My entire life's work, right? My understanding, 3 years of teaching supply and demand is finally going to be all put in here. I've been building this thing with module 3 dropping on the 7th of April. It's absolutely fascinating. You simply get your user ID and everything, lecture after lecture, lecture after lecture, on putting together an actual systematic methodology that will require you to be disciplined. All of stuff is in there. Not only is there a lesson exercise, and after that I tell you what to go practice on, and you submit your homework, and then I look at the file, and then sometimes depending on how many lessons, there'll always be a PDF attached to it, right? This is now ready for a lot of our traders, right? Module 1, Module 3 is ready right now. Module 1 to 2, sorry, is ready uploaded. I can even open Module 2 to show you real quick. Right, every single thing that you ever need to succeed in terms of trading, right? It's not a holy grail, right? But it gets so much better if you, the trader, are disciplined and consistent, right? But you can track how the stuff works on our YouTube channel. I mean, I literally go public with everything, super transparent, because it's actually important that you guys see the workings of a real trading system being built. Trading psychology, look out for the date. I'll be teaching trading psychology live 3 times a week on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursday nights, right, from the 12th of April until I'm done with the module. We're going to build it live and upload it here. So it'll be nice for you to attend the live class, because 365 is celebrating another beautiful anniversary in the markets of teaching and trading with people. This is currently on a discount right now, right? 75% off for all of this. Understanding how I see the markets, why I the way I move, way before markets move that particular way. All of this is 75% off, marking the entire course, the resource center, the 1-year free mentorship, one-on-one, private Telegram group, and the Discord group. You get all trades that I take. You get them transparent and ahead of time. With you. And from April there'll be a crypto section in here again. All of this is going for $100 up until the 9th of April. $100 up until the 9th of April. Then, as usual, on the 9th of April elapses and we're done celebrating our birthday, price goes back to $400 because it's $100 per module, by the way. And that's very, very fair pricing for the type of detail you get in this. Shake my hand. I hope you're beautiful, NFP. I'll see you on Sunday. Right, I promise you guys, if you come to our YouTube channel here, all you have to do is watch any of these videos, especially one that are tagged war rooms. So look at last week's war room. This was war room 60. I've got the results here. War room 60, I gave out 7 trades. This is last week Sunday. In war room 60, go see. I post this on Sunday. Go to the charts and see what happened. In war room 60, I gave out Euro CAD, Pound Swiss franc, Pound JPY, Pound AUD, Pound CAD, Pound NZD, and Pound USD. Go and it's filled with this. Every Sunday we do these live things, right? I appreciate you, and I'll see you on Sunday. Thank you. Good luck. Shake my hand. Cheers, traders. 3, 6, 5.